Hi guys, Dan here and welcome back to my channel. In today's video I'm going to be showing you a couple of signs to look out for when your tarantula is going into pre-molt. Now currently in my collection I have 3 tarantulas that I believe are ready to molt. So I'm going to use this time to show you how I have noticed this and some signs that you can look out for. In the next couple of weeks I'm going to be doing a 5-part series on curing arachnophobia the way I managed to do this. Now, I know a lot of you that watch my channel aren't arachnophobic, but because of my background of arachnophobia, I know how crippling this fear can be. So I just thought this would be a nice way to give back to the community and try and help other people. So the tarantula content isn't going to be heavy for the next couple of weeks, so if you could bear with me while I try and get this out to the other people that maybe are new to the hobby or thinking about getting into the hobby to overcome their fear of tarantulas like I did, then I would much appreciate if you could stick around. So here we have my 3 spiders that I believe are in pre-molt. We have got the Brachypelma bomi, a Grammostola pulchripes sling, and last a Carabina versicolor sling. So the Brachypelma bomi, the first sign I had noticed about this pre-molt is the fact that it has gone completely off of his food, and the abdomen of the tarantula, which is the part of the back, has swollen up nicely and has started to turn this dark colour. I thought it would be interesting to show this close up as it gives you a good idea of when your tarantula is in pre-molt. Now the last time the Brachypelma bomi went into pre-molt, it kicked all the hairs off of its abdomen and it went this dark colour that you can see here. Now it may kick the hairs off and it will go to the same colour as the legs, which is like an orangey colour. When you notice it entering this pre-molt stage, it is important to keep on top of your water dishes as the tarantula will need moisture after it has done a molt. Now, if the tarantula has kicked hairs off of its abdomen, this does not always mean that it is a pre-molt. Sometimes, if you aggravate your spiders a lot, they will kick the hairs themselves. So if you haven't aggravated your spiders a lot and you do notice your spiders starting to go bald, this is probably because they are getting rid of the hairs on their back to lay down kind of a protective mat of web. So when they do go into molt, no predators come along and try to mess with them, or else they'll get a face full of hair. So the 2 things I noticed with this tarantula was the slight loss of hairs and the loss of appetite. So these are 2 things that this tarantula is coming up to a molt. So I will stay on top of the hydration side of things and just wait it out for a molt. A week after the molt, I will then offer this a prey item. As you can see, there's plenty of space for him in this enclosure, even when he does go through this molt. So next on my list is the Grammostola pulchripes, and as you can see from this tarantula, the sign I'm taking from this is the loss of appetite and just the sheer size of the abdomen. As you can see, it's got quite the large abdomen, and it has started to kick some of the hairs off like the previous tarantula. It has now been approximately 1 month since this tarantula ate. I do offer every week to see if it does want to take food, but looking at the size of the abdomen, I just know it's ready to molt. I'm not too concerned about it not taking food as it looks healthy and seems to be doing well. Again, I like to keep up with the moisture of these species that are about to molt, so I do keep one corner of this enclosure moist, which is where the water dish is. Yeah, another thing you can notice about this tarantula is the sluggish movements. Normally if you touch this with a paintbrush it will, bolt across the enclosure to the other side, but it's just very slow. I believe the molt is very imminent with this one, although I do expect the abdomen to turn a lot darker like a couple of days before the molt. And because this is a Grammostola, some of these pre-molts can last months. As well as the Brachypelma that you saw before, the last time that molted, it didn't eat food for about 2 months and then it molted. It's been about a month again, so hopefully within the next month I will have a freshly molted Brachypelma bomi and a freshly molted Grammostola pulchripes, as these are very slow growing species. Which isn't always a bad thing, it just means that the tarantula will live longer. Now, if you do increase the temperature of your tarantula room, what you will find is you will get much faster growth rates and the molts will be more like clockwork. The only problem with this is obviously it shortens the tarantula's lifespan and it can be quite difficult and costly to try and heat one specific room of your house. It's not advised to try and heat up individual enclosures with a heat mat or a bulb, because it's a bit dangerous to the tarantula, because they can dry out quite quickly, especially through these delicate times when they molt. I don't provide any extra heating, so. This is the Carabiner versicolor, and I just wanted to show you that the pre-molt behaviour of this one is just to isolate it within its web fortress. It seals off all the entrances, and I just don't see it for a couple of weeks, and then all of a sudden it comes out slightly bigger. I think this is the same with a lot of arboreal tarantulas. They will often make themselves a web retreat and then just hide in there while they molt out. I do still offer all my tarantulas prey items once a week, and if I come back the next day and it is still there, I remove the prey item. Another one I wanted to show you was the Cereopagopus lividum. Now this isn't in pre-molt, but if you see something like this with one of your fossorial tarantulas where it has webbed over the entrance to its burrow, this can mean that it is close to molting or it just wants to be left alone. Be looking for signs of isolation where the tarantula just doesn't want to be messed with. Hope you enjoyed that video, guys. If you did, please don't forget to like and subscribe. And in the comment section down below, leave any video ideas that you would like me to do. As I've got a lot of time at the moment, so I can work on a lot of different things. So if there's any ideas that you can think of, please let me know, and I'll be glad to hear them. And yeah, I hope you're all staying safe, and I'll see you all next week. Thank you. Goodbye.